Hey friends, welcome back to Heartland Family Adventures. Today we invite you to join us on our first day at Epcot's Food and Wine Festival in 2021. This year's festival runs from July 15th to November 20th, and we love coming back to the festivals each year to try the food and drinks from around the world. This year we made it our mission to try as many food booths as we could on our 2 days at Epcot during our trip, and on this day we visited 12 different food booths to try some of the festival favorites. If you're new to our channel, we're a family of 4 that loves to travel and everything Disney. We post new content every week, including dining reviews, resort tours, the latest Disney merch, and more. Be sure to subscribe today to see more videos like this and join our family adventures. We're also excited to announce that we're hosting a subscriber giveaway. Check out the link in the description below for details on how to enter. When we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will be selecting 2 winners for these amazing prizes, including a Disney Parks bundle and a Disney Princess bundle. Beautiful! Hello, Epcot! Looking beautiful this morning. During our visit, Epcot opened at 11 o'clock and rope drop was at 10:30. We arrived at 10:15 and there was already a pretty good crowd waiting to get in for the day. But the food booths don't open until 11, so everyone usually makes a beeline for Test Track and Frozen. So we decided to instead enjoy a nice lap walking around the World Showcase with no people. Our first stop of the day was the Canada booth because there were a couple of items this year that we were really looking forward to, including the Canadian cheddar and bacon soup served with a pretzel roll, as well as the Le Cellier wild mushroom beef filet mignon with truffle butter sauce. All right, we are starting off in Canada today. We got both of the food items. There's like a bird.
I got a crow.
We've got the Canadian cheddar and bacon soup with the pretzel roll, as well as the Le Cellier wild mushroom beef filet mignon with the truffle butter sauce. That looks really good. So we'll see how we do today. Both of these are things that you can get. They're popular items at Le Cellier restaurant. So if you can't get to Le Cellier, you can enjoy some of their foods during the festival. Let's check this out and see how it is. Oh, it's nice. It's got a it's definitely, it's a cheddar soup, but you definitely get that like onion coming through.
Should be fresh. The booth just opened.
They just opened. Yeah, that's a fresh pretzel roll. Nice crunch on the outside, nice and soft on the inside, not stale. That's delicious. Yeah, this is meant to be dunked and eaten. Soup is hot, but not like burn your mouth hot. It definitely tastes like onions and celery. It's got lots of like nice vegetables that they've made here for the soup. I really like that. I've never had the cheddar soup at Le Cellier. We have been there. I'll have to check out our video when we visited Le Cellier. We really liked our experience there, but we hadn't tried the soup yet. So now we've got to say we've tried the soup. All right, we have had the filet at Le Cellier. Dave, what are your expectations for this one?
It can't possibly be as good as the restaurant, so we'll see.
We'll see. See if I can cut through. Oh, well, it's very tender. It's cutting very well. It's cooked.
And it's not well.
It's a little pink in the middle.
Medium.
So about medium.
Impressive, actually.
That's actually pretty good that they got that medium for the booth here. I don't know, babe. That is pretty good for a food booth. That's pretty fantastic. That is a good cut.
Yeah.
It is. It cut through like. It cut through. Maybe I'll chew through that. It's so tender and flavorful, and those mushrooms with this truffle butter sauce are. Look at that big chunk of mushroom. Try the mushrooms. Mushrooms are silky. And that truffle sauce is nice, and it's delicious. No, this is excellent. I know some days you may see different people who try and the filet, and it really depends on the day or the time of day sometimes. And the cut of meat that you get.
Yeah.
We lucked out. We got a very good cut of meat here.
It might not be a bad idea. We hit this booth the first
We came here first. We knew that this one would be popular today. They open at 11. We got here at 11. That's excellent. That is delicious. Definitely recommend the filet. Hopefully you get a good cut of meat. This time we did, so I'm very impressed. We have an audience this morning. We've got a flock of birds hanging out with us over here.
We had a big old crow, but
you can't have my soup. You can't have my meat.
Let's try this. Should not
Right,
normally
Dave.
be eating soup right now.
I know. Soup wouldn't be our first go-to in the summer in July, but it's Le Cellier.
It is delicious. I mean, it's not. It's warm, but it's not
Yeah, it's not like piping hot.
scalding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it's very well seasoned. You get the
Very hearty soup though. It's very thick and.
thick. Yeah.
Try that roll. The roll is really weird.
Yeah, I love that pretzel roll. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Very fresh.
I guess I didn't have like super high expectations because I'm like, it's a food booth. It's not going to be as good as the restaurant.
Too
but
often, especially these pretzel rolls, you get them. And
they
they're
get stale. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was excellent, nice and fresh. So maybe get here early. Maybe this is a good one to get here early for the festival. Yeah. Come to Canada and get these while they're fresh, coming out for their first
Enough of
batch.
that though. There's steak over here.
Yes, you gotta try the steak. Yeah, I told you.
That's great.
Right? That is an excellent cut.
I would say you have to try this because if you can get a filet, you know, just a good portion like this, and not have to have a
Right,
reservation.
it's a good amount. And yeah, and reservations at Le Cellier are hard to come by. Very difficult to get. It's very small, and it's highly sought after because the food is excellent. And so if you can get a taste of that out here, then that's awesome. Win-win.
This is great.
We're starting off strong, honey.
Yep.
All right, we've got a festival hack for you. If you get the filet and the cheddar soup, put the mushrooms into the soup. It is fantastic. If you love mushrooms like I do, I put the mushrooms into the soup. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Festival hack. That's delicious. Our second stop of the day was the new Shimmering Sips booth, hosted by Corksicle, located at the port of entry near the main entrance to the World Showcase. They had a mimosa flight that we just had to try here with a tropical key lime and blood orange mimosa. All right, stop number 2, we went to Shimmering Sips, and here you can get a mimosa flight. We have a tropical mimosa with sparkling wine, passion fruit, and orange and guava juice. We have the key lime mimosa with key lime, sparkling wine, and cranberry juice. And then the blood orange mimosa with sparkling wine and blood orange juice. These all look really, really good. And it's still the morning, sort of. It's before noon.
It's hot.
It's hot, and this sounded good. So I'm gonna start with the pog one. That's good. Yeah, it's good. Taste the pog juice. Nice, tropical, refreshing. A little bit of bubbly. Yeah, that's really nice. I like that one. Tried the key lime. This one's a pretty color. You get it. It's not very sweet. It's more tart. You definitely get a little hint of lime. Yeah, it's just kind of a lime, refreshing, bubbly. Yeah, it's not very sweet. Now the blood orange. This one looks really, really pretty, actually. I like blood orange. And you can also get fresh squeezed blood orange juice over in Morocco. That one is not sweet. Yeah, cavalcade is coming. It's the princesses. See what you think. Got to see some princesses.
Oh yeah, that's good. Not surprising. This is kind of what drew us to it. We love pog juice.
Yeah, we love pog.
It's really a good sparkling wine flavor in there. They definitely put a lot of wine in there. So it's not too sweet, just the right amount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one is had a really nice balance.
All right. I really don't like key lime, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, I liked this one. I think you'll like it.
That's good.
It's more lime. It's less sweet.
I don't taste a lot of key lime. You know, it's just kind of lightly sweet.
Mm-hmm. I like that one a lot. Very refreshing too.
That's really good.
Okay, and the last one is the blood orange one. This was probably my least favorite. Let's see. You might like it though. Let's see. What do you think? No? I'm not a fan. Okay. Well, it was my least favorite too.
It's not awful, but it's not good.
It's not sweet at all. So
it needs a little sweetness, I think.
Yeah, it almost needs a little bit of sweetness. It's a very strong flavor.
It's kind of weird to have that flavor without sweetness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
I wasn't a big fan of that one. Yeah, but definitely approve the Pog one and the key lime one. Just blood orange, maybe just go for the fresh squeezed blood orange juice over it.
Yeah, if you want to try them all, but either one of these, I'd say get a glass of that.
Yeah.
I'd be happy.
Yeah, I'd be happy with either of those two. Awesome. Stop number 3 was the Hawaii booth, also near the entrance to World Showcase. This one is always one of our favorite booths during each festival, and this year was no exception, with an amazing Kahlua pork slider and a passion fruit cheesecake with toasted macadamia nuts. Stop number 3. We stopped at the Hawaii booth. We couldn't pass this one up. We're working our way around the World Showcase. So here we decided to get the Kahlua pork slider. And this has a sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney with spicy mayo. And we also got a passion fruit cheesecake. This comes with toasted macadamia nuts on top, and it looks really good. This is also one of the items from Emil's Fromage Montage. It's one of 5 items that you can collect around the Food and Wine Festival. And they give you a little stamp in your passport in the very back of your booklet. So say I got a little cheese wedge for my first stamp. And you can collect these 5 items, and if you do all 5 items, then at the end you can take over to Shimmering Sips and get a free treat.
We'll show you that later.
Yep. So we're gonna do this today. We're gonna do the Emil's Fromage Montage and see what we get. But yeah, this will be fun. It'll be fun, kind of collecting all the different items. I had to get this cheesecake though when I saw that it was passion fruit. And it's Hawaii, so. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of the slider. So we've got the Kahlua pork on here and that pineapple. Oh my goodness, it's on a Hawaiian bun too, so it's really soft. Oh man. So this is a returning favorite to the festival, and it's good. It's so good. The pork is nice and seasoned, very soft. It has a lot of flavor in the pork. A little bit of heat, but not really spicy. But that pineapple and the spicy mayo is really nice. That's delicious. Yeah, not overly sweet. Has a nice spice to it. Nice kick of flavor. And that's delicious. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of the passion fruit cheesecake. And look at these toasted macadamia nuts. Like, that's a big one right there. I love macadamia nut. So if you like cheesecake, this is probably gonna be a winner for you. That one was mostly just like, I got plain cheesecake. I think the passion fruit is in the middle. Oh yeah, it is. See, it's kind of carved out in the middle, and that's where the passion fruit glaze is. There it is. That is good. But you gotta get some of that passion fruit glaze in there. That is delicious. So it's the creaminess, tartness of the cheese, with that sweet passion fruit glaze, and then the crunch of the toasted macadamia nuts. That's delicious. That's a winner. I like this one. All right, Dave, dig in, see what you think.
It smells delicious.
Yeah. And we got a nice little shaded booth over here right next to the Hawaii booth. So.
Oh, man.
And there's crows.
Yeah,
and there's these birds everywhere.
That pineapple, what do they call it? Pineapple chutney? Is that
it? Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and that mayo, it's got a little heat to it, but not overly spicy. Yeah, it's nice.
Cuts through it.
Yeah, it's really good.
So juicy and a little spicy. There's a nice little breeze here.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'll take it because it is hot today. So I will take the breeze. All right, dig into that cheesecake. I loved this. I think you will too. We'll see what you think. Got to get some of that passion fruit.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That's really good too. Yeah, that passion fruit just adds a little bit of an extra flavor to it. It's not overpowering.
I don't think I would care for it. It's just plain cheesecake without it, but with that and the macadamia nuts.
There's no like graham cracker crust or anything.
Right, exactly. There's nothing on the bottom. It's just plain cheesecake, so it needs that sweet glaze and then the nuts to really.
The nuts give it a little bit of crunch.
Stop number 4 was the Swanky Saucy Swine. This is another new festival booth this year with some inventive pork dishes. We decided to try the crispy barbecue pork rinds with pimento cheese, as well as the bourbon Bloody Mary. All right, cheers, friends. All right, our next stop number 4, was the Swanky Saucy Swine. This is one of the new food booths this year, and we got the Bloody Mary. This looks pretty good, actually. So it's the bourbon Bloody Mary. So it's a little bit twist of a classic Bloody Mary. It's got LeBroux and Graham Woodford Reserve bourbon whiskey in it, and a slice of bacon in there. So, a nice straw. So we'll try that. I'm not a big Bloody Mary fan. We'll see what this is like.
I'm not either, but I like bourbon.
Oh, that's actually like.
That's surprising because you're not a big bourbon fan.
I'm not a big bourbon. I'm not a big Bloody Mary person, but that is a good combination. It's got a kick to it though. It's got some spice. Sip it slowly. That's got some spice to it. That's nice. It's got some almost has like barbecue spice to it, and it's got like a barbecue rim here too. So I'm gonna take a bite of the bacon. Ooh. The bacon's sweet. It's got like a caramelized glaze on it. That's really good. It's kind of sweet to go with the drink. That's a good combination. Okay, so these are the crispy barbecue pork rinds, and it comes with pimento cheese that you can dip them in. These are pretty large.
This is another one of the passports.
This is another thing for Emil's Fromage Montage, one of the cheese dishes, because we've got pimento cheese. And I actually really like pimento cheese. I'm not a huge pork rinds person, but I love pimento cheese. So I'll get some more. The pimento cheese is pretty good. Pork rinds are a little bit hard. I've had pork rinds before, and the ones that I tend to like are the ones that are lighter and crispier. These are pretty hard to chew. So I don't know if they were just really thick or really crunchy. All right, Dave, see what you think.
Smells spicy.
Yeah, it's got some heat to it, just to warn you.
It's got a little kick to it. Most Bloody Marys do, but I don't really taste the bourbon.
Yeah, I didn't taste the bourbon either.
That's what I was hoping for.
It really masks the flavor of the bourbon.
But some people love Bloody Marys. This is a typical Bloody Mary to me. I
think it's more spicy.
More spicy. Well, they vary a lot. This is a spicy
that's true.
Bloody Mary.
It's a spicy Bloody Mary.
I don't get a lot of bourbon in here, which I'm a little disappointed by, to be honest.
Yeah.
So if you like Bloody Marys, I
liked the bacon. Like the bacon was a good addition. Try a bite of the bacon and then take a sip. Thought that was good. That was a good. The bacon has some sweetness to it, which it almost needs.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's kind of like a brown sugar, sweet glaze on that bacon.
I give it a try, but
right.
I would not give that again.
Yeah, out of 5, I'd probably give it a 2. Yeah. So, but we're not big Bloody Mary people, and we're not big spice people. So if you are, there might be something up your alley, but just not our favorite so far.
All right, pork rinds.
Yep, pork rinds. See if you get a good one.
No.
A hard one, yeah. My first one was really hard, and my second one was good. So it might be it's kind of a mixed bag.
Pork rind is hard. I'm just gonna try another pork rind.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you've tried this booth this year. what your experience was, if you got good pork rinds, or if that's kind of consistent with your experience that's kind of mixed.
That one's fluffier.
Yeah, mine, I had one that was really hard, one that was good.
This one's okay. But I'm with you. I'd rather just be a bag of tortilla chips.
Yeah. Put those some like multi-grain tortilla chips with that pimento cheese
great.
would be delicious. Yeah, or put that pimento cheese on a sandwich. I would like that.
That too.
So I'm a fan of the pimento cheese, not so much of the pork rinds. So.
Yeah. So this wasn't our favorite, but.
Yeah, but we tried it out because this is a new booth this year, so we wanted to see what it was like. But you just never know.
Gotta give it a try.
Yeah.
And gotta drink it now. It's healthy, right? It's tomato juice.
Oh, right, exactly.
Stop number 5 was the Mexico booth, which is located right as you enter the Mexico Pavilion. Here they had a variety of options, including the chilaquiles con chorizo, the taco de ribeye, and a chocolate bread pudding, as well as a variety of margaritas. Here we decided to try out the ribeye taco.
All right, friends. Our next stop is Mexico. We stopped to get the taco de ribeye. This looks great. So it's just a little handheld taco. Has shaved ribeye in here. You see little pieces of the meat, red onions, poblano peppers on a corn tortilla with ranchera salsa, cotija cheese, and chives on top. It looks really like a really good bite. Take a look. Nice corn tortilla. Meat, it's nice and full. There's plenty. Ooh, it's gonna be juicy. It's really good, actually. The meat has good flavor. I get those red onions on there. Has a nice like pickle like flavor. That's really good. I'm not getting a lot of spice. More getting like the red onions and the meat coming through. Might be some of that ranchera salsa, the tomato kind of coming through a little bit, pepper. But not too much spice. That's just more like tomato, meat, good flavors. Yeah, let's see what you think.
There's a lot of complex flavors in there. You really get the red onion. It's really juicy.
Yeah, I think that's that sauce on top.
And the cheese.
No, I thought the meat was really good.
But the meat's, obviously really tender.
Right, it's ribeye, but it's shaved in kind of smaller pieces, so it's really easy to eat. Yeah.
It's great. So this is it's a smaller taco.
Right.
So it's not one of the, some dishes or you get a lot more for your money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it's maybe like, 4 bites maybe?
It's a small taco.
Small little taco.
But it's good.
Yeah.
And a tip, there are almost no seating around
the Mexico booth.
Mexico booth. But come here
Yep.
to the quick service.
Yeah. And it's covered, lots of open seating here.
Yeah.
And you can get in the shade, which is important today. If you come to the festival, make sure you're hydrating, drinking lots of water, finding shade when you can. It's going to make the day go a lot easier.
Stop number 6 was the China booth, where they had a variety of food and drink options this year, including chicken dumplings, a bao bun, and crispy pepper shrimp. We decided to try out the Ziran bao bun and the baijiu punch.
All right, next stop was the China booth. Here we got the baijiu punch. This is one that Dave has been wanting to try. This one has Chinese baijiu spirit, lychee syrup, soda water, and pina colada mix. So it just sounds really refreshing. Yes. I get a little bit of the pina colada mix in there, just the hint of but it's got some good coconut flavor. And they pour the baijiu alcohol on top whenever they give you the drink, so make sure it's stirred in.
Yeah, give it a stir.
It's strong. It's a little bit stronger. If you didn't have the pina colada mix, I think that could make it a little bit dangerous. Don't drink it down too fast.
I kind of like that we saw her making it because
we saw how much she poured in there. It was a good amount. That's a really good drink. They also have this is the Ziran beef bao bun, and this is a grilled beef with cumin, and you can see some grilled onions in there and peppers. So let's try this. Usually I love bao buns, so let's see how this one. Nice and soft. See how the meat inside is.
That's really nice. So the beef has a nice spicy, kind of a spicy peppery flavor to it. But it has a nice glaze on it. The onions are sweet though, and the bao bun is sweet, and so it kind of balances out the meat really well. No, it's just kind of a nice, it's peppery, spicy beef. But I like the onions. The onions are sweet and caramelized. That's tasty.
That is good. The baijiu gives it a little different flavor.
Yeah. It's not a classic pina colada flavor.
But it's not like, it's definitely not similar to rum, I guess, but not quite the same flavor.
Right. A little bit different flavor.
It's very good though.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
I think you could drink it down really fast, but just take it slow because there's a lot in there.
It definitely has that coconut smell and flavor, but the baijiu gives it a little bit of a bite, but not much. It's you could drink this down pretty quick.
Yeah. We found a nice shaded table over here by the refreshment outpost, and if you look up above the refreshment outpost, we found a Remy. That's cute. You kind of see Remy's all throughout the park, and you can do that. The Remy's like hide and squeak. You can find Remy all throughout the park, and there's a little sticker sheet you can do too to find him from the scavenger hunt all around the park. So that's just fun. We're not doing the scavenger hunt today, but it is fun when we've done it with the kids, and they always love that.
With the kids. These are two good options. I think we did good here.
Yeah, good choices. You just never know. You kind of pick based on what sounds good off the menu. You kind of look at the pictures and then just hope for the best.
The description of this, I knew this would be good.
That sounded good, and it is good. Yeah, that one delivered. Oh, nice. Good. We did good in China.
Stop number 7 was the Germany booth, where we had to stop and get some beer and the Schickknödeln, which is a hearty pasta dish with ham, onions, and cheese. They also have a bratwurst and a pretzel roll and apple strudel.
Our next stop is Germany. We came here to get the next stop on our cheese, the meals from Osmontage, our cheese journey. This is the Schickknödeln. No, that's right. That's what it sounded like when they pronounced it. And then we also have the beer flight here. This is starting on this side, the Gaffelpusch, the Weihenstephaner Lager.
Works for me.
And the Schofferhofer Wild Cherry Hefeweizen.
Pretty sure that was right.
Yeah. Oh, good job. Yay. Right. I'm going to start with some Schickknödeln. So it's a pasta gratin with ham, onions, and cheese. And you just see it's like a really, I mean, this is a good portion size, easily shareable. There's a lot of stuff in here. So we got, oh, we can see the pasta noodles there. Okay. With ham, onions, and cheese. Oh my goodness,
this one could use a
lots
knife.
of cheese. Yep, layers and layers of cheese. And, oh, that ham. I like the little bits of ham in there. That's nice. The noodles are very cheesy. The noodles aren't, I mean, they're nice. And we've got this crispy, really hard crispy shell of cheese on top. It's like they baked it and it's just melted, but you have to really kind of cut through that cheese shell on top, but it's very, very good. Right now for the beers. But the Kolsch. Am I saying that right?
Sure. Why not?
This is really stuck in there. Okay. Kolsch. I think we're starting with the lighter beer. I don't know. They're all look very lighter. That's nice. I like that. Nice and light. Yeah, it's a very refreshing beer. Like I like that one a lot. This one is the lager, the freezing. They're very full. Ooh, I think I like this one even better. Maybe a little bit smoother, but it's a lager. That's really good. That's really good. Now this is the one I've been looking forward to. This is the Wild Cherry Schofferhofer. I've heard mixed reviews, but it just sounds like something I'll enjoy. So we'll see. That's delicious. Oh, I love this. So it's not overly cherry. Just a little, you get that hint of cherry kind of in the back. You first taste the beer and then you taste kind of the cherry after. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I like that one here. So, what do you think? Delicious, right?
That's amazing.
Honestly tastes like something like we both come from German families. It tastes like something that we would have at a church potluck from either of our side of our families.
A little bit different than they make it, probably. Honestly, this is better.
I like it with the ham in there and the noodles.
The ham adds nice little salty.
Well, it's delicious. I know I've had potato dishes and noodle dishes similar to this. I really like it. Look how thick that is. It's like a big cheese.
You got a nice
cheese noodle casserole.
I like
with
this
that
nice crust on top.
Yeah, they've baked it and that cheese has melted on top and started to brown, and it's delicious.
And this is like Sam said, this is a good sized portion. It really varies in the festival. Some things are really pretty good value for the money, and some are not so much.
This one's a good value. You get a good amount of food here. This is easily a lunch item that you can share between two people, or just to have one person. Fill you for lunch.
Yeah, and like that. Anytime you can get a flight, to me, I think
I feel like you get a good value. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It's light.
Yeah, it's a light beer. It's not. I usually like a little heavier beer. So
yeah, I think you're gonna like the second one. That lager was nice and smooth.
It's a good lager.
For me, they progressively got better. I liked each one a little bit more each time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what you think of the cherry one. I like the cherry one.
I don't know about cherry beer.
That one might be on mine.
I mean, I'll drink a Hefeweizen, but I've never had cherry. I don't like it.
Had orange.
I like orange. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. He likes it.
It's good. You could have really gone wrong with it.
I know. It's not overly cherry. Yeah. You just get a hint of it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. Very nice. Awesome. We've got some winners here in Germany. A little train. This is in the Germany pavilion. Always love taking a look at this. And if you look very closely at the light posts in the middle, they change out the banners for every festival. And so those say Food and Wine Festival. That's so cool. It's awesome. You can watch the little trains go by and the little villages. Our kids like to look at all the little characters in these villages and find the little hidden things. So fun.
Stop number 8 was the Hops and Barley booth in the American Adventure Pavilion. They had another beer flight here that we wanted to try out, as well as a New England lobster roll, hot beef sandwich, and carrot cake. We decided to try out the hot beef sandwich to go with our beer flight. With trying another food booth at the festival. So we took a little break. We stepped into the America Pavilion to watch the show, and that was wonderful. It's nice and cool, very chill, like very nice and air conditioned in there, and nice. You come out singing the America song. And that will be stuck in my head for the rest of the day. America. But also they have 2 booths there. They have the Rotunda Bistro, and then they have the Hops and Barley booth in the America Pavilion. The Rotunda Bistro is inside, so that's nice and air conditioned. The Hops and Barley is off to the side, but they have a couple of choices there that we just had to try. One of them is the hot beef sandwich. This comes with horseradish cream and pickled vegetables on top. They also have another beer flight at Hops and Barley, so I'm going to try this hot beef. I really like, this is kind of a play off of a roast beef sandwich with horseradish. I like the pickled vegetables on top. It looks like we got some nice cheese sauce too. So let's see how this is. I've heard good things. I'm hopeful. The meat has really good flavor. Very tender, very juicy. Oh, see this bread? It's nice and toasted on the outside. Nice toasted bun. Let's get a bite of the bread. That's delicious. You know, this bread is nice and buttered. Mixed with that sweet, that juicy meat and that cheese sauce, and then the pickled vegetables give it a little bit of spice. That is delicious. That's up there for me today. That's a good one. All right, now I'm gonna try the beers. See how we wash down that beef sandwich. Okay, first one is the 81 Bay Brewing Company
strawberry and lime. This one's out of Tampa. So try this one. That is nice and light. I really like this one. I get the lime. I don't get a lot of strawberry, maybe a little bit of fruitiness, but more lime. But it's nice and refreshing. I like that one a lot. We're working our way up to the Sweetwater Brewing Company, the Hazy IPA. This one is out of Atlanta, Georgia. Yep, that one is a lot more hoppy. A hoppier IPA. What'd you call that, Dave? Like,
some of them are like double hops. It's
yeah,
like,
it doesn't say anything about double hops. And then this last one is the Lord Hobo Brewing Boom Sauce IPA out of Woburn, Massachusetts. So, that's the I guess the strongest beer out of the three. Maybe the heaviest. First, yeah, they definitely, you start with the lightest and kind of work your way up. That one probably my least favorite. I think I like the strawberry and lime beer the best. But that's just me. So you might like that one a lot, Dave. We'll see.
The meat's really good, really flavorful, but
yeah,
I'd like some more sauce in there.
Yeah. The bread is delicious.
The bread is nice and buttery.
Yeah, and crisp.
Seems fresh.
Yeah, this is middle of the afternoon and very fresh. Like, not been sitting out. It tastes good.
That's good. That's a decent size for
Yeah, easily
booth.
shareable. Like, that could be a good lunch meal, or you could share it if you're trying to kind of go around the festival and try different things. That's a good one.
Yeah, really happy with that.
They also have a carrot cake with a cream cheese icing that I really wanted to try, but well, maybe another day.
Okay, so this is the strawberry and lime.
Yep, strawberry and lime. That was my favorite. It's just really nice and light, good for a hot day.
Yep. That's a very light beer.
Mm-hmm. I like light beers like that with the lime.
I get the lime.
I didn't get strawberry really.
Yeah, just kind of fruity just to it, you know. It's good. Definitely good for a hot day.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was very refreshing.
All right, hazy IPA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they call these like fresh squeeze. Like there's just more of that hoppiness.
I definitely got more of the hoppiness flavor.
Oh yeah. I like that. I like a
Yeah, you like IPAs though.
hoppy IPA. Yeah.
It's not my go-to beer. I usually like Hefeweizens.
It's a good IPA.
Blue Moon.
Very good. All right.
Okay, try the
Lord Hobo Brewing Boom Sauce. DIPA. So I don't know what the D stands for.
This one was my least favorite, but it might be your favorite. Seems like more kind of your kind of thing.
I like that.
Yeah?
It's good.
Yeah, you can have that one. That's the nice thing about these beer flights, though, is that between the two of us, we're bound to each. We kind of have different taste preferences, so we're bound to kind of find ones that we each like, and we just kind of share them.
They're all good, though.
Yeah. Awesome. Another good hit.
Stop number 9 was the grease booth between the Morocco and Japan pavilions, where we had to stop and get another item for our cheese tour, the griddled cheese with pistachios and honey.
It's Greek to me.
All right, we are in the next stop, and we're almost finished with our meals, fromage montage. So this is the next stop on our journey to Greece. We got the griddled cheese with pistachios and honey. This looks really good, actually. I got lots of honey on here. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna cut into this big old slice of cheese. Let's see how this is. They had just, this is fresh. They had just prepared this whenever we got there. That's really good. No, it's very decadent. Just if you love cheese, this is imagine just when cheese gets really really melty and kind of like that crispy coating on top, and when you cook it in the oven, or whenever it's that's that flavor. That's this part of the cheese that has crusted over, and it's got this nice crispness to it. Oh, it's delicious. It's like when mac and cheese gets really charred on top. But I like it with the honey. No, it's delicious. It's delicious with the honey.
The honey gives us some sweetness to break through the really rich flavor of the cheese. It's delicious. If you like cheese, this is a winner. We've gotten our stamps in the back of our book, so we've done 4 of them. We've got 1 more to go. We have the corned beef corner out and flavors from fire left, and then we get to do our completer prize. So I'm excited. We're almost done. We're almost there.
As a tip, there wasn't a lot of seating by Greece, so we went back. If you just turn left and we'll walk back into Morocco, and not a whole lot of people come back here. So there's some tables here, and you can usually find something in the shade. There's a few that are in the shade, and there's no problem. So.
All right, Dave, try some of that cheesy goodness. See what you think. Oh, we're both cheese lovers, though, so if you like cheese, you're gonna like this.
Oh my God.
There's cheese with honey. Like, I guess whenever we have charcuterie or wine, cheese trays, we like to mix our cheese with honey, so that makes sense. It's just a good combination.
It's just good.
It's just good.
Stop number 10 was the Tangerine Cafe, the flavors of Medina in the Morocco Pavilion. They had a variety of options here, including a falafel pita, grilled kebabs, Moroccan bread, and fresh juice. But they also had a dessert item that we were excited to try, the pistachio cake with cinnamon pastry cream and candied walnuts.
This time we are stopping in Morocco at the Tangerine Cafe for flavors of Medina. This is a beautiful cake. This is the pistachio cake. So beautiful, so pretty. This is a pistachio cake. You can see the layers in the cake there on the side. Pistachio cake layered with cinnamon pastry cream and candied walnuts, and has this beautiful white chocolate on top that looks like the mosaic with the tiles that they're known for here in Morocco. So I'm excited to try this one. This one is really pretty. That's good flavor. I definitely taste the cinnamon and the cream, and it's got the walnuts in there. The pistachio is very light. It's a very light cake. I really expect that a pistachio. It's not going to be a really strong flavor. It's a very light. But the cake is very moist. I like the cinnamon flavor and the layers and the crunch of the walnuts. Ooh, there's some cream on here too. I gotta get that. That's just whipped cream. That's good. That's very blue. Oh, it's just white chocolate, but they have a really pretty design on top. That's pretty. Yeah, it's really beautiful, but it's nice and light. But it is a nice moist cake.
Try it with that.
What do you think with the white chocolate?
Gives a little more sweetness.
Give it a little something. Yeah.
It's kind of nice together. Yeah.
I almost wonder if like a pistachio cake would be really good with like a cream cheese icing.
Yeah, I didn't try to get that in with it. Because by itself, it's just real light. Needs a little bit more. Could use a little more sweetness, actually.
Yeah, it actually is good with that white chocolate.
It's good though.
Nice. Yep, we're back in the back of the Morocco Pavilion. They actually have you going into the old quick service restaurant area, and you can walk out here and there's lots of tables where you can find places to sit. We've been so fortunate today to find so many tables in the shade. We hadn't had any problem at all. So really,
yeah, and we haven't had very many lines either.
Yeah.
It's almost 3 o'clock now.
Right, and this is here on a Sunday, right second week of the festival. So very surprising that it's been this
Crowds
nice.
have been no problem at all.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, great.
Stop number 11 was the Appleseed Orchard inside the Canada Theatre, where they've had the Canada show in the past. This was a nice place to cool off in the afternoon heat, and there was a frozen apple drink that we wanted to try called the Apple Blossom Sky that had Fanta apple, ginger beer, brandy, maple syrup, and mini marshmallows on top.
Hello friends, we are back. We are at the Appleseed Orchard. This is inside of the Canada Pavilion where they have they did have the O Canada show. Canada Far and Wide, I think. The 360 show. So if you look around the room, you'll see they had the screens up with the apple orchard, which is really cool. So they're still using the screens that they had for the show, which is kind of cool. And it's nice, air conditioned in here, nice and cool. So that's a win. And we've got a frozen drink. This is the Apple Blossom Sky. I'm gonna take a look at that. It has Fanta apple, ginger beer, Floodwell apple brandy, maple syrup, and mini marshmallows. And it's nice, nice frozen, cold, and it comes in a little plastic Moscow Mule mug. Oh wow. Definitely get the apple and brandy. The brandy comes through for sure. But it's nice and frozen and cold and refreshing. I like that. Definitely the brandy comes through. I don't get a lot of the maple. I just get the apple and the brandy pretty much. But it's nice and frozen and cold. That tastes pretty good. Marshmallows are a nice little touch. I don't know how that, how that would taste with it, but see if I can get a marshmallow.
I was just looking. You want to get a cider?
It's an odd combination, honestly. Not bad, just sweet. They kind of, the marshmallows sitting on top of the ice kind of get like, like chewy.
Yeah.
But it's cold and refreshing. If you like brandy drinks, I think this would be a good one for you. You definitely taste the brandy. But yeah, frozen apple drink. They have some others like apple slushies here. They have an apple cider flight that looked good too. They have some good choices here. And then they have an apple crumble tart that looked really nice too. I might have to come back for that.
It's good. It is a strong drink. You
can taste it.
It's one where you taste the alcohol.
Yeah.
Some people prefer to like not know the alcohol is there. I like to know that it is an alcoholic drink. You know.
I like to taste what you're paying for.
Yeah. Well, it's a good taste though.
It's good. Yeah, I like this. Behind you, you got the Appleseed Orchard over here. It's really pretty in here. They got the butterflies. It's really pretty in here.
Nice. I wanted a frozen drink. I was ready for that.
Yeah, it's hot this afternoon. It looks like it's going to storm later this afternoon. It's getting really humid.
As it
So
does
a
most
frozen,
days.
frozen drink hits the spot this time of day.
I recommend this. I like
Awesome.
Stop number 12 was the Flavors from Fire booth, which was hosted by the NFL on ESPN. This booth is over near Test Track and had the last item from our cheese tour, the corned beef corner route. They also had the chimichurri up offense and the s'mores whoopie pylon, which were some fun names with a football twist.
All right, we are finishing our cheese tour. We're over here by Test Track, so if you hear the cars going by, that's why, because we're over here by Test Track. We stopped at the Flavors of Fire from Fire to get by the NFL ESPN to get the corned beef corner route. This is smoked corned beef with crispy potatoes. You see it's like almost a crispy potato chip underneath. Cheese curds, check out these cheese curds on top. Pickled onions and beer cheese fondue. That looks really, really tasty. And that's a nice size too. And that's from Flavors from Fire. They also have the chimichurri up offense and the s'mores whoopie pie. So very cool. That's some neat options. These are some newer options to the festival this year. So we're gonna try this one. This is the last one on our cheese tour. We got our last stamp in our book, and now after this we get to go get our prize. That's really good. Corned beef has a lot of good flavor. I'm gonna try one of these cheese curds. They seem pretty fresh. They don't squeak. So for all of you people from cheese curd country, Wisconsin area, you know that they're supposed to, if they're fresh, the cheese curds squeak. And these ones don't squeak, but they're good. They seem pretty fresh. But the corned beef is very good. Yeah, nice and tender, great flavor. I love this cheese fondue sauce. The onions give it a nice little kick. I'm gonna try it with the chip. Kind of hard to get I could get the chip here with the cheese sauce. That might be really good, like a homemade potato chip. They're really well cooked, really crispy and well salted, and the salted chip and the crunch goes really good with the cheese sauce. That's nice. I like that. I think it really did need that pickled onion on top because the cheese can get heavy. Overall though, pretty good. It's a pretty salty dish too, because corned beef is just kind of naturally salty. The chips are crispy and salty. The cheese kind of salty, so it's a very salty, cheesy dish. But overall, pretty good.
Not so much.
That's a big bite. Well, see, they give you a good portion size here. Look at all that corned beef and chips, and then a lot of cheese curds too. What do you think?
It's really good. feel a lot of that cheese.
Yeah.
I really kind of, that's the dominant flavor to me.
Yeah.
The corned beef is good. Really salty, obviously.
That's what I thought too. It's definitely a salty dish.
Because I had it with a chip too. So.
Yeah. Chips make it more salty. If you have the beef on its own, it's pretty good.
Try it one.
And cheese curds.
Yeah, they're good, but they could be fresher.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Makes sense.
You can understand that, but
yeah.
Overall, but it's good and it's a really good portion, obviously.
Right. Very good portion for the price. Pretty good dish. And it's part of the cheese tour that you can do. And hey, out of I don't know, like how would you rank the different cheese options from the cheese tour?
The Germany one.
Okay, the ones we had were the griddled cheese from Greece.
It's either that or the one in Germany.
We had the chicken noodlen from Germany.
Those are 1 and 2.
Okay. We had the crispy barbecue pork rinds with pimento cheese.
That's last.
The passion fruit cheesecake in Hawaii.
Oh, that's good. That's number 3 for me. I prefer a savory over a sweet, but the cheesecake is very good.
And then we had this corned beef.
Number 4, although it's the best portion.
Right, because if you're ranking it for the cheese, based on the cheese portion of it, which is the cheese curd and the cheese fondue sauce, it's pretty good, but it's not the top for me.
But it's still good. Bottom line, they were all good. The only one we really didn't like, or disappointed by, was the one with the pork rinds.
Yeah.
That had more to do with
it wasn't so much on the pimento cheese. The pimento cheese is pretty good.
Yeah, those the pork rinds were, they almost seemed like they were a day old.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. No, we love the chicken noodling and the griddled cheese in Greece. Those were fantastic cheese dishes. Yeah. If you're a big cheese fan, those are 2 ones to try. If you like sweet dishes, that passion fruit cheesecake in Hawaii was delicious.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good one. This is right in the middle of the pack for me. So just based on the cheese alone, but the corned beef is delicious.
Yeah.
Cool.
Our last stop of the day was back to Shimmering Sips to get our prize for the Emil's Fromage Montage cheese tour. We were excited to find out that the prize included a strawberry cheesecake soft serve and a souvenir food and wine cup.
All right, guys, we finished our Emil's Fromage Montage. We got all 5 of our stamps in our passport, and we went back to Shimmering Sips to redeem our prize, and we got this cute. It's a plastic wine glass for Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. It's got Emil's Fromage Montage, and it's got the strawberry. It's that strawberry soft serve that they're serving there, but looks like it's got graham cracker crumbles and then cheesecake bites inside. It looks really good. So it's like a strawberry cheesecake swirl. Delicious treat, cool treat. And I had to throw a piece of cheese in there for the cheese plate. Oh, I think this is strawberry cheesecake swirl. I think it's the strawberry soft serve, and I think it's a cheesecake soft serve too that's swirled together. It's very good. Nice and cold. This is gonna melt hot. This is hot out here, so it's gonna melt fast today, but that is really good. I like it with the crunch of the graham crackers too. I'm gonna get a little piece of cheesecake in here. He's so cute. Little piece of cheesecake. Yeah, that's delicious. If you like cheesecake, this is a delicious treat. Nice price to get for doing all the cheese dishes around the World Showcase for the food and wine. Yeah, this is great. Really like this. This is a nice sweet dish to have as your reward at the end of all of it.
We hope you enjoyed this food journey around Epcot for this year's Food and Wine Festival. Stay tuned for part 2 coming very soon with our second day at Epcot to try some of the remaining food booths and ranking all of our favorites. We hope you have a magical day and we'll see you next time.